Hello miners, Rusty coming at you with a fixed blade knife summary. So, in the course of a year, I managed to acquire these knives, and I'm going to talk about each one of them and kind of do just some comparisons for you. So, we got a cold steel. This is called the leather neck. I'm going to break them all out. We'll show you in a minute. Leather neck mini, Srkc. This one is the Waxahachie. So this was around $25. I paid around $67. You can get them in that mid 50s now. The Joker Montez, and then this one's in that $50 range. This is a BPS knife, the HKS or 1S. Of course, a Mora companion. We got an SRM 7006. We got the Ontario, the old Hickory 5.5 hunting knife, cold steel, Srkc. The Gerber Ultimate, and let's go back here, $40, about 17, about 22, 22 to 25, 35, $40 for Gerber Ultimate, about 36 for Schrade SH36. So I'll break this out, give you guys a little idea of what's out there in the fixed blade lineup. Okay, and that's what we're looking at with the knives all lined up here. I tried to line them up based upon blade length. Tried to get where the blade ends. Give you guys an idea what we're looking at there. And I'll try to go over these in terms of use and other type things here. And we'll start left to right. Alright, first up is a cold steel mini leather neck Tonto. This knife comes in 8CR 13 MOV, and this one did not come sharp for my satisfaction. I tried putting a 20-degree edge on there and I had all kinds of trouble. Going to go with the Srkc system. I see this knife more as self-defense. It does come with this sheath, and I bought some aftermarket. These are cold steel clips. Carry it vertically. It's actually pretty nice and small. Got a thumb push off there with that Tonto. That's how I see this knife being used, more in the self-defense. So that's one. Next up, we got the Srkc Waxahachie. This one I see as an ADC knife. You can carry this one nicely. Comes with a Kydex sheath. Comes with a clip. Notice that's Civivi. Srkc's part of the Civivi lineup. And I did dye this one. The clip, you can rotate that, carry this vertically or horizontally. And you can push this off. Comes with 9CR 18 MOV. Nice clip point there. Very useful blade. Pretty decent ergos. And so very nice EDC knife if you're looking for a fixed blade. You know, the advantages of a fixed blade are safety. You don't have to worry about a lock failing you. So you can get this, carry it pretty easily. Just kind of put it on your belt, and you won't even really notice it. You don't have to worry about the blade folding up on your fingers. I suppose the next one is this, and this is kind of hard to define. I think I said I paid 65 on the video I released, but I think it's more in the 50 range. Joker Montez has a 1.4116 steel with molybdenum and vanadium. Very nice, aggressive jimping. Very nice wood. Hand finished. Just a nice knife. And this could be a skinning knife. Got lots of belly. Could be a bushcraft knife. I think it's tough enough to handle some batoning. Just a nice knife. It's got that hollow grind. Probably not as EDC friendly as the Srkc. That's what we're looking at for the sheath. Very nice leather sheath, very good quality. But you can carry this thing and be proud, you know. Just very multi-use on this knife. So next up, we are looking at BPS. The BPS HK1S. I think this has something like the 1060 carbon steel, which is it's like a spring steel. That means it's going to be very tough, has a Scandi grind. This one's made in Ukraine. I believe we got walnut handles, good ergos, full tang, good jimping, decent edge retention, not great. They got one heck of a mirror polish on this thing. So probably compared that to the Mora. I'm not sure which one of those. You know, that's a $15 knife there. Might get about the same performance. That BPS knife is just a little nicer. It's just smoking sharp. Just nicer. So judge for yourself if it's worth the extra 25 bucks. Probably should show you. Comes in this nice leather sheath, which kind of dangles, but you can put her on there. Just flip this down if you want to. You might want to keep this oiled up. It's not a stainless steel, despite the way it looks. Doesn't carry as well as a Mora, but definitely a user knife. That brings us to the Mora. Not going to talk too much about this. It's been talked about enough. If you guys want value, buy a Mora. Just about any of their knives. Scandi grind on this. I was amazed how, when I first got one, how well it cuts for about every kind of task. You can do cardboard, you can just cut tape. Just got a nice edge, and it's a built-in sharpening guide. Check out the video on how to sharpen Scandi grinds. I kind of like, and I don't like the sheath. So, you know, when you're wearing this, it's certainly not your leather sheath, but it does clip in there securely. It goes on your belt. It's lightweight, so it carries well, has a drain hole. Just hard to beat. If you just want value, that's the deal right there. Along with the Mora, got my SRM 7006. Now I do believe we got the same steel on these. Yes, 12C27 on both of these. So that's a really good steel, guys. That's a Swedish steel. This one has a flat grind, so I guess I can compare that to my Joker knife here. But those two are the comparisons, and you guys check out the video on that one. On this one, you'll see, I think I do compare it to the Mora. Did want to get it out here. About 25 bucks, get you sort of an ABS handle. Believe it or not, this steel, I might say, is probably might outshine this. 12C27 stainless. It's tough, has good edge holding abilities, and this knife might do everything that knife will do. It just doesn't look as pretty. Not a great sheath. It's a light sheath. It's a lot like the Mora sheath. You can slip it on here. So I do like that. Got a thumb ramp. But what I can't do, I can't grab the knife when I'm going to push that off. the handle's just too thin. I'm running my fingers, you know, I gotta get them in under, kind of just no room to grab this handle when you're pushing off. You get her done, but the motor comes out so much easier, and this joker probably do the same. So anyways, get these two out of the way. Where does that leave us? Well, that is the Ontario, the old Hickory 5.5 camping knife, and I guess this has 1055 steel. They used to come in 1095, so 1055 is actually going to be real close to what this BPS comes in with, like a spring steel. That means it's going to be tough. Doesn't have as good an edge holding as 1095, but it's similar. So it's going to be very springy. You can use this knife for some prying. It'll flex a lot. Got a thin blade, not super sharp, but you can put your own edge on there. Looks like my wood is drying out on me here. Might have to drop something on there. Yep. I don't think that's been beat up, so I'll have to drop something on there, prettier up again. Oh, did come with this sheath, and this doesn't compare to the BPS sheath. This is just a cheaper, I mean, it's hard. It's just not quite the same leather that this BPS sheath is. That's a thicker, softer leather than this. So that one, for the money, is definitely a prettier knife. But this is good camp knife. This is good hunting knife if you guys want to do some processing. People use this even as a kitchen knife. It will kind of rust. It'll discolor. Cold steel, Srkc, $35. You're looking for another all-around knife, get this one. Blade shape with the point, the steel, everything, the ergos, it will. Process game, it will. You know, bushcraft a little bit. It'll puncture. Very multi-purpose. Gotta find the sheath for this one. Nice Kydex type sheath. Got my dog found somebody out there to bark at, so let her loose. She'll probably want to tear somebody's head off. Be right back. And we're going to move on to the Gerber Ultimate. This is 7CR17 blade steel. Probably my least favorite of everything on the table. However, still a pretty decent knife. I like the ergo, I like the grip. I do like the blade shape. Not a big serrated blade kind of a guy. Getting bothered again. And I'm back, and it's about 9 o'clock at night, and my dog didn't get her exercise today, so she is getting a second wind. So yeah, again with the blade steel, but has some nice features with fire starter, and it has a sharpening stone on the back here. So nice sheath. So I've said in the video on this one, if you're going to be out overnight and you don't have, this is certainly better than nothing. Might not be the first one I grab if I was out there. And then lastly, my Schrade SCH SCH36. There might be an F in there. And it is 1095 steel. It's thick, more of a chopping. I see this as a chopper. You can probably do some chopping. Definitely a bushcraft knife. 1095 is a tough steel. Oil's on there for protection come off in the sheath on here. Keep wiping it off, but apparently I put her on pretty thick. Did come with this pocket clip. Did have a fire starter. I bought my own. Comes with the Srkc, so you can you know, use that. Should have some sort of a, yeah, there we go. You're gonna be striking that, get that coating off there. And it does come with some sort of knife sharpener. Not the best. Might be some sort of diamond dust on there. I see it more as like a honing steel. But you can maybe do something when you're out in the field. So I think I got a 23-degree angle on this one. That's the widest of all of them. I've been sharpening my knives at 20 degrees and letting the thinness of the blade, the geometry from the factory, take care of the rest. So, except for this one, because this might be a chopper. So, all right, guys, thanks for your time.